Back in 2017, the Nintendo Switch has pushed itself deeper into the argument of having one of the best software lineups of all time, and 2022 was no different. So right now I'm about to give you my top 5 Nintendo Switch releases of 2022, and I'm also sprinkling in a couple of honorable mentions. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, coming in at number 5 is Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and right off the rip, I'm going to tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of Xenoblade because I'm not the biggest fan of action RPGs. I'm more of a turn-based kind of guy, but Xenoblade 3 actually hooked me as soon as I started playing it because of its story and its characters. And to be honest, it seems more interesting than at least the second one. Maybe not the first one, but for sure the second one. I wasn't too big on the setting in the second one, and I also didn't like the whole gacha thing with the blades and stuff. But with this one, the thing that makes the combat better than the previous two, in my opinion, is the Ouroboros mechanic, the whole fusing mechanic. It just makes you feel like you're in a mecha anime or something like that. I don't know, but I also like how you use the arts and stuff in this one, how you can chain combos and stuff, and you can do that one huge combo. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it was just called the chain attack. I don't know, something like that. But when you're fighting like a strong enemy or a boss or something like that, it takes a lot of their health down. And I don't know, this game just made me, I kind of feel like I invested more time in this Xenoblade than I did in any of the other ones, probably because the characters really and the story. I think that's what it was. But yeah, this is probably the best Xenoblade game, in my opinion, of all time. And also, for this game to be running on the Switch, it actually performs pretty well. I mean, it's on the Switch, so it has its hiccups here and there, but for it to be an open world and as big as it is, like Monolith, they actually did their thing. They've mastered the Switch's hardware, definitely. So yeah, Xenoblade 3, number 5. Alright, so next up we have number 4, which is going to be Triangle Strategy. And right off the rip, this game's a banger. This game is if you take Final Fantasy Tactics and Octopath and they had a baby. Basically, this is what this game is. It is grid-based combat with the HD 2D, the HD 2D graphics over it, which is amazing. The grid-based combat is amazing. I mean, the whole TP system where you have to take turns, you gotta add up your turns so you can use like a magic move or a special move or whatever. I love that. It's kind of like Octopath, in a way. And I also like how the terrain, you use a fire move or something like that, or no, say you use a ice move and then you use a fire move, it'll turn the square that you use that move on, it'll turn to a puddle. And then if someone's standing in that puddle and you use a electric move on the person standing in the puddle, it'll double damage. Like, it's kind of, I wouldn't say realistic, but it's makes it kind of real in that way, in a sense. And I also like the way you level up your characters, like how you can upgrade. It's kind of like a job system, They start off at this point, and then you can upgrade them to another level, and then to a third level, like a master rank or whatever. That's pretty cool. And the story is pretty good. This is one of those ones where you could take different paths, and I think it's like 3 or 4 different paths you could take depending on your decisions in the game. But yeah, this game it has a lot of text in it, just like any other RPG, honestly. But there's a lot of text, but there's also full voice acting. So I mean, you could just press the auto button and then it just goes in for you. I think there's a speed up button in there too. It's a pretty good modern JRPG, and also I think this game sold pretty well for what it is. I mean, I think maybe just short of 1 million, I mean, for this kind of game, it's pretty good. So and also we're getting a sequel for it next year, which I'm also making a video for top most anticipated games of 2023. So hint hint, that may be on the list. But yeah, the number 4 is going to be Triangle Strategy. Alright, so the number 3 spot is going to go to the pink puffball himself, Kirby, with Kirby in the Forgotten Land. And honestly, this game is Hal's first or second, you know, if you want to be technical, second attempt at a 3D Kirby. We're going to say it's their first attempt at a mainline Kirby game. And they hit it on the head right off the bat. I mean, this is automatically top 3 Kirby games of all time, in my opinion. Top 2. Yeah, top 2 Kirby games of all time. I mean, the 3D works. It's not full 3D. It's more like a Super Mario 3D World kind of 3D, you know, where it's still, you're like on a guided path. You're not on it, you know, it's not a sandbox or anything or open world, but you're still like on a path. But you know, it's not 2D for sure. But the new copy abilities in this game, I like the new copy abilities. The drill and the what's the other one? The gun, the ranger one. Those two they're pretty good additions to all of his copy abilities. And I like how in this game there's the how you can upgrade the abilities now. So essentially each ability has 3 different abilities technically, because you start off with it's a regular one, you upgrade it, it gets to a medium, and then you get to the last one, which is its final, you know, form. And he still got all his moves with each ability and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And the gimmick of this one is the mouthful mode, which that changes up the board or the levels. Like, the best one is the light bulb, in my opinion, when you're in a dark room and then you press a button where he stands there and then turns the lights on and then you can see the board, then you walk and stuff. It's pretty cool. But and it's got a lot of extra modes. You got the Coliseum mode and the mini games and stuff. So yeah, this one's a good this Kirby game is a good addition to the mainline stories. Like I said, it's probably like the best. Some people say it's the best Kirby game of all time, but I disagree, sort of. I mean, just by a little bit though. I like Robobot a little bit more, but yeah, the music's on point. I mean, nothing wrong with the hardware. It's a solid entry. So yeah, that was number 3. All right, coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be Splatoon 3. And before this game came out, I remember everybody saying, yo, it just looks like Splatoon 2, you know, with extra guns and stuff, or it just looks like it could have been DLC to Splatoon 2 and all that stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did look at this game when they first showed it, and I was like, okay, I was hyped for it because Splatoon. I'm a big Splatoon fan, but I was looking at it and I was like, I'm hyped for it, but I'm not as hyped as I was for Splatoon 2 when it was about to come out. But you know, I still bought it day one, and when I played it, I was like, yeah, this isn't just Splatoon 2 DLC. They put every gun in the game from Splatoon. Well, more guns than Splatoon 2 started with. We had in this game, plus the 2 new weapons, the stringer and the tri-stringer, and the what was the other weapon? The stamper or the splatana, and we had the stamper too. But yeah, the splatana. We had those 2 as the new weapons, and or the new classes, and then we had new stages, of course. But yeah, this game added, like, as far as the content, that was the question before it released, and the content was there. It was all there. We got Salmon Run in there. You could play Salmon Run all day now. I don't know why that wasn't in there from the jump. What we have? We got new story. We got new emote. We have emotes now. We have splash tags now. You got new gear. You have the lockers. You have the new card mode. So yeah, this game came in with a lot of content, and we're getting free updates to this day, or for 2 years, and we're getting paid DLC. So yeah, this game definitely delivered. I was obsessed with this game when it came out. I was like on there for like the first day it came out. I bought it, got home, played it for like the rest of the day. Like, this game did not disappoint, and it almost made it to being my #1 game, but something beat it out, of course. But yeah, Splatoon 2 or 3 is amazing, and the story, don't sleep on the story. There's a twist in the story that it was legit. It's really legit. But yeah, Splatoon 3 coming in at #2, and yeah. All right, now real quick, we're about to go through some quick honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but they're still good games. The first honorable mention is going to be Live Alive. This game is a good JRPG from the past. It got remastered from the NES, and the mechanics of this game is so weird or different. It's very different. It's got like 8 or 9 different characters, and you play through their stories, which are completely different, and they come together at the end to fight a big boss, you know, something like that. It's really cool. The next one is going to be Pac-Man World Repack, another remaster of a PS1 game I played back in the day. It's kind of, the performance on it's kind of weird a little bit on the Switch, but still a good game. I liked it. They changed some things in there, but it's a good game. Next one's gonna be Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This game was so close to making it to the top 5, but I don't know why it didn't make it, but it's real. It's a good upgrade from the first one. You could do more stuff in the combat. You can move around more. It's a lot of extra stuff you could do in there. I haven't finished it, but I need to finish it, honestly. And then the last one's Bayonetta 3. Really good action game, probably the best action game that's come out this year. New action game, probably. Good story, except for like the ending. Everyone's, you know, talking about the ending. Probably the best Bayonetta of the 3, I would have to say. So yeah, those were the honorable mentions. Alright, and so the #1 spot, my game of the year, it's gonna go to Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I know, I'm cheating, but I couldn't pick between the two of these, honestly, because to be honest, they play off of each other. I mean, Legends basically built the ground for Scarlet and Violet, but I'm gonna start with Legends. So first of all, the performance isn't that good. We can get that out of the way. But it's Game Freak's first attempt at an open world, quote unquote open world game. And honestly, I mean, I wasn't too pressed about the performance. It's not as bad as Scarlet and Violet, I'll tell you that much. But I like the story of this game. How you drop in as, you know, you come from the future, basically. Arceus brings you from the future, and you have to help the people of the past build the first Pokédex or whatever. That's pretty cool. I like the catching mechanics. Everything is quick and snappy, how you just catch Pokemon. This is the first Pokemon game where the battles doesn't switch the screen, it stays on the same screen. Basically everything that you see in Scarlet and Violet, Legends did first, most of it. The whole Pokédex thing, building up from the ground up, you know, it was amazing. The new Pokemon in there is amazing. The new forms and stuff. What else we got? This isn't completely open world, it's more of in sections, you know. So yeah, a lot of people were complaining about that, but you know, they were saving it for Scarlet and Violet, honestly. But yeah, if Scarlet and Violet didn't come out this year, which I was surprised that it did, then this would be sitting up top by itself. But if you go to Scarlet and Violet, I made a video about that, my thoughts and stuff on it, so I'm not gonna go too in depth on it, but I love that game, honestly. it's a top tier Pokemon game if you toss aside the performance issues and stuff. But if you're a Pokemon fan, you don't care about performance, honestly. But yeah, that game's amazing. I've been stuck on it for the past couple of weeks. You know, that's the only thing I've really been playing. But yeah, amazing game. That's number one. Both of them are number one. So yeah, that was my top 5 Switch releases of 2022. I am gonna make a video for my most anticipated Switch releases of 2023. So if you're interested in that, just stick around and subscribe. Give me a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next vid. Bye.